What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So, as a lot of people are talking about Shiba Inu and exactly where they believe it's going to go, and burn rates, and the ecosystem, and all this information, most people are focused around burns. We want to know exactly what that level is going to be that the community can burn off, and also the devs can burn off. Because let's face it, we can burn off as much as we want as a community, but as you can see, we're only burning off at most billions of coins. We need to be able to burn trillions of coins every month in order to see this thing go to a level that we really want it to go to. And the way that we do that is by devs burning things. And it's not by them specifically going out and buying it and burning it, because that costs a lot of money, and I know they don't really have the funds to be able to do that type of stuff. Eventually, they can grab it from different areas, but they don't have the funds to be able to do that stuff. They're throwing everything that they have back into the business as much as possible, building out, different type of code or script or whatever you have in order to have different ecosystems and have different games and have NFTs and have all that other stuff. But we need to focus on devs burn. So this video is going to focus on the fact that I want to talk about how much do I believe that they're going to burn off with everything that they mentioned within burns. How much do I believe that they're going to burn off as a whole? So before we get started in this, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you always get notified when I do post a video. And also, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, feel free to follow me on Twitter. I have over 2,000 followers now, so thank you guys, whoever is following me. And I did just put out a tweet basically seeing how many SHIB coins we can burn off with however many retweets. So feel free to retweet, and we can burn off a lot of Shiba Inu coin. So again, I mean, it's really all about burns. That's what everything's about. It's about burns, because right now we already got to a level to where Shiba Inu went from a level to where it was in the millions of market cap all the way up to tens of billions of market cap, right? It increased so much. Right now it's standing at about 1.7 million 1.7 million percent increase, since the history, since it started. And that's definitely something that I love to look at, and I take home and think about, and just like, wow, if I invest into something like that, I could see this my portfolio skyrocket with just a small investment. And I know that's less likely to happen. You do see a lot of things that do rise from the beginning, but it's so tough to find that hidden gem like Shiba Inu. You can find something that grows 10,000%. That's great. I mean, that can grow you a lot, but obviously when you're putting in money into something that's new, what you're basically doing is you're investing a small amount into this, and you're not investing a large chunk of your money. And in order to gain the max that you can gain out of that, hoping that it gains 10,000%, you would have to invest a large chunk of your money in order to do that, which again, most people are doing less. So when we look at this overall burn situation, it's not about just the community burns, because I can do as much as I can. I can only reach, so many people. I wish that I can reach millions of people. I wish that people saw my Let It Burn channel and said, hey, I really support this. And we had millions of subscribers over there, millions of members, because we would be able to burn off millions of dollars per year. And it would just be absolutely amazing to see that, because we would burn off billions and probably trillions of coins at that level. So I hope that we can get there, but it's not looking like that's the case. We're able to burn off maybe hundreds of millions and get to a level where we can burn off billions, but that's not enough. If you don't know how much we need to burn per day in order to get to the level we want to in 10 years, which would be somewhere around maybe 10 cents, 1 cent or 10 cents or so. People want 10 cents in 5 years. I have a goal of getting that to 10 cents or getting it to 1 cent in by 2026. So I'm thinking we could see it get to that level, but it all depends on what developers burn, not just us. We need to burn off basically close to 200 billion coins per day in order to get to the level that we want. Currently, we're burning off I wouldn't even say an average per day. An average per month that we're looking at right now is 1.2, 1.3 billion per month. That's not enough, right? And I do believe that we will eventually get to a point to where we're burning off billions per day, but it won't be as much as what we want it to be. So I'm really hoping that we can burn as much as possible with these 12-hour live streams, with all of that stuff. But it's definitely going to be very tough. if we look at Shiba Inu's current price, it's currently at 23.71. It's down about 4%, which, it is kind of skewed a little bit, because if you look at the hard cutoff from basically 2:43 p.m. yesterday to 2:43 p.m. today, that's really where you have that 24-hour mark. So it could be skewed based on that, not just based on yesterday versus today. So obviously wherever it closed at, because it doesn't close, it's about the last 24 hours. So we're currently sitting at about a $13 billion market cap, which we are down 4% today. We do see it down to 2,300, almost 2,400. We did see a decent size decrease as we went through the day today, seeing it at this high here of close to 25 and then decreasing all the way down to where we are basically right now. We don't really see any massive changes in the overall supply, the max supply, the circulating supply. We're not going to see that many changes, because what we're doing right now with our burn rates, we're only affecting millions of coins, and we need to be able to affect billions of coins. So to get to the whole point of this video, the point of this video is really to talk about how much I believe devs are going to burn. And when we look at that, we had the AMA to where they talked about a transaction burn, basically saying that this sort of mechanism that will be in place for, transactions, and basically saying the less activity that we have, the less we burn, the more activity, the more we burn, which alludes to a transaction level burn, which means a transaction tax. And if you don't know what that means that transaction tax will basically be on any transaction that you do, whether it's buying, selling, swapping, adding liquidity, whatever it is. It goes towards a pool to where they take basically 5% out, or whatever percentage they're going to take out. I think with the fact that they're not focused on burns, they're going to do something that's probably very minimal. And it looks like they are starting maybe to focus more on the swap side of things. So with Shiba Swap, I know they said something about having some sort of a portal with that. And that's where you would probably see more of the transactions, or more of the volume that goes through there. So any swapping that does happen will be taxed. But any trading through exchanges, I don't know if they have that ability to implement that. I believe it would just be a coding change, but I'm not 100% sure. And if they don't have an ability to implement that, we might have to go into the transactions and understand what percentage of that is actually being swapped. Because if we saw a 5% impact on all transactions, that would be 170 billion coins per day that we would burn off, which would be amazing. But if we're limiting to just the ones that are swapped rather than the ones that are bought from USD or USDT or whatever that is, and that might be a swap as well, USDT, but being able to buy it directly from USD coin or anything like that will obviously not affect that swap. So my mind, I think that if we're looking at a percentage, I'll probably think that they're going to burn somewhere around 1 to 2%, which would be somewhere around a $40 billion or 40 billion coin per month or per day that we end up shaving off. So that's not bad. It's something better than what we're doing, because right now we're not burning off billions per day. We're burning off millions per day, and it's most likely single digit millions. We do have some days to where it's double digit millions. I burned off 25.5 million last week. And you were able to see 40 million on that day that was burned off. But then the day before it was like 6 million. The day before that it was like 3 million. So we're not burning off enough. So we will get there. I believe something will be implemented once you do see a bigger concern, with all of the SHIB community saying, hey, get to the burns. We don't want to hear about any of these ecosystems that you have in place. We understand that you have them coming out, but let's talk about Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is king, so let's talk about it. So again, it all comes down to burns. It all comes down to what the devs are going to do. I'm doing as much as I can. If you guys want to go and support the Let It Burn channel and support the 12-hour live stream, support the live streams that we do, all the profits go towards burning off Shiba Inu, and we prove that. We have all of the receipts that are linked actually on my Twitter. So if you guys want to go over to Twitter, you'll see right here, I have all of the receipts linked up at the top. So you just go here and you're going to see it on my Patreon, which is a public view. I don't have it locked or anything like that, so you can see the public view if you wanted to. And once you go in here, you're going to see a full list of all of the burns, right? You're going to see 25.5, 200K, 7.1, 6 point, or 9.65. You're going to see all of the burns that we end up doing, which we do have another burn that's coming up, because I did ask people on Twitter if they wanted me to burn or how much do they want me to burn. Every retweet is 1,000 SHIB. So feel free to retweet if you guys want to go over and follow me and all that stuff. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.